So I've been thinking quite a lot recently about expressing myself freely, and that's partially why I'm writing this blog and doing these videos to be able to express myself a bit more freely. And one thing that's really been striking a chord with me, and I've been realising more and more, is how much I hold myself back. Of speaking freely without having anything really, without having like a huge filter and double and triple and quadruple guessing myself before I say stuff. And that can be such a different number of things, ranging from, I don't know, if somebody is typing on a computer and their caps lock is on, me thinking to myself, they're not going to be able to get into the computer, but kind of almost not being free to say something, and feeling really held back by that, to other situations where I am, I don't know, speaking with a friend and really wanting to share something of myself, not out of, in a really positive way, but kind of feeling held back and unable to really speak just truthfully and from a place of love, but like properly express myself with that person. I was speaking to Claire, my life coach, about this and saying how I was really finding that difficult, and she just asked me one question which completely, just like, it was like a volcano eruption of like, oh my gosh, that is just so amazing, and like, why didn't I think of this before? She just said to me, like, well, what are you wanting to get out of these conversations, and what are you scared of? And then suddenly, with her asking that, all these things like flooded into my mind, being fearful of looking like a prat, being worried about somebody thinking I'm bossy pointing out something, scared that a friend won't accept me, or that our friendship will be altered or changed somehow. And then, as I said this to her, she said, well, that's not really fair, is it? Because you haven't given that person an opportunity to even have those thoughts. Not saying they would have those thoughts, but you're not even allowing that person to see you, and to, you're second guessing even before they said something, and even before you've said something, what they're about to say and think and do. And that's just not fair. And that really just absolutely struck a chord with me, and I just felt like this huge, like when you go over a roller coaster and you kind of like, your stomach like flips, and then you kind of free fall for a bit, and it's glorious, and wonderful. And I just really realised that I'm held back by wanting things to be so perfect, and if I'm honest, wanting people to think I'm perfect, or as close to as I can get, and wanting people to like me and love me, but not for who I am, for who I think is acceptable. And so, really, I suppose it's a challenge to me, and a challenge to anybody who's watching this and thinking, yes, I get that, is that actually the real challenge is to say, for me personally, I want to be expressive and gutsy and authentic, and all these things are showing the real Amy, taking that mask off and speaking truthfully and honestly, and not going for perfection as my judge of whether something's gone right or wrong, but going, having those anchors and that compass of, actually, have I spoken my truth today? Have I put myself out there, been honest, said that the person's caps lock is on and their password is going to be incorrect, because that's a fact, and that's no reflection on me or saying I'm bossy, or, it just really absolutely struck such a nerve of the fact that deep inside I do things to get perfection, and that's what I judge and hold as my bar of reference, that things go perfectly well. And I know that I'm not going to be able to click my fingers and it will all be perfect. I'm not perfect, but I will move from perfection to having that authenticity as my judgment of whether something's gone right or wrong. But just being aware of that and knowing that that's what I do, try to make people think I'm perfect because I'm scared of not being loved or liked or accepted, as we all are in life, really. And just knowing that makes me so much stronger and in such a better place, because I can say to myself, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be exactly who you are. And that's what I want. Not perfection, but to be me. That's my little thought of the day. Thought of the week, really. I hope it's been helpful to you.